Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. Great article here from Seeking Alpha. I'll leave a link to it in the description so you guys could check it out. So for those of you who saw my recent Verizon videos, I really pointed out in those videos the value play that Hans recently said they're going to further deepen that value in and bake that into their overall offering. And that's what Seeking Alpha is pointing out here. Verizon, a deep value play. Verizon Q2 performance showed positive trends, including a positive dynamics in operating metrics and a 2.8% year-over-year growth in non-GAAP EBITDA, moderating capex and improving free cash flow indicates improved dividend safety and future growth probability. Verizon dividend yield and growth record are the best in class among the three largest U.S. telecom players. My evaluation and analysis suggests the stock is around 46% undervalued. So again, I'm no financial stock expert based on that last statement, but I do want to touch on this deep value play. So another thing that makes Verizon interesting and dangerous to follow is, even though right now they have a lot of debt on the balance sheet and they're trying to deleverage and they want to get to, 2.1 or 2.2 times on the deleveraging, they still, and even more once they do deleverage, they have a lot of purchasing power. That's something that goes missing as well. They continue to raise price. They have the highest free cash flow. They have some of the highest total revenues. They have the best margins in the industry. That's something that does go missing when a lot of people report and talk about Verizon. They have huge purchasing power, but they have yet to really buy anything big. Yeah, you could say TracFone was a pretty big purchase. There was a lot of brands associated with that, Total Wireless, all that good stuff. But I'm saying like something really huge, right? They did the AOL Yahoo thing that didn't work out too well. They sold those assets off, or a good majority of that asset. But I'm thinking like maybe like a big fiber player, or more spectrum perhaps in the future could be on the list for Verizon. Maybe even Dish. Who knows? That might be something that they sideswipe us, they surprise us, right? Just boom, blindsided. Dish, Verizon, who knows, right? But they have purchasing power, and they arguably, well, not arguably, they have the biggest purchasing power, I'd say, in the wireless industry today. They're bigger than AT&T as it comes to purchasing power, and they can for sure outspend T-Mobile as it comes to buying an asset or another player. And I don't know what Verizon is currently, how they're viewing that. They really haven't discussed that publicly. They keep that very close to themselves. And, right now it's just network, which is important, the C-band deployment and doing that as efficiently as possible. But they have purchasing power. And they showed us that very early on during C-band. They upped capex out of nowhere. They just said, we're just going to spend an additional $10 billion on capex, and we're going to accelerate this build. So they could very well do that in other segments as well. They could pivot strategy very quickly because they have that purchasing power. They could, in the future, come out and say, we're going to do fiber to the home at a bigger scale again. We're going to scale down FWA, and we're going to do fiber to the home at a bigger scale. We're going to buy this, and that. Could happen, right? We could see a leadership change that could decide to do different strategies. But what we know today, right, besides the deep value play, they could, they have the purchasing power to buy a media company if they choose to. And I'm not saying that's a good thing, right? Because media, we all know how that worked out for AT&T. I'm just saying Verizon could make those types of deals happen. They could get a bigger fiber player if they choose to. They could go the open access route and buy up smaller JV players. They have the ability to do that all. And that's the messaging that I wanted to provide in this video. And I don't want that to go missing or be misunderstood. Verizon has that purchasing power, and they could make that happen if they choose to. because everybody's, we're seeing T-Mobile getting into the JV players. AT&T is doing it with BlackRock. And everybody's like, well, where's Verizon in this? Well, how come Verizon doesn't view the bundling and the convergence the same? They can do this as well, and they arguably have the most purchasing power amongst the competitors. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know if you're anticipating Verizon to just blindside us with a purchase sometime in the future. Let us know in the comments. Like, share, subscribe if you're new. Follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Life. See y'all in the next one. Peace.